Oh, hello.
Hello, Abigail from NetSuite.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you today?
I am wonderful. I'm super excited about this. I've been waiting for this. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm really excited to hear about kind of what NetSuite is. I'm not super familiar with it, so I'm excited to learn about it.
Yes. Okay, so first I'm going to give you my card.
Yes,
this has
please.
all of my information on it.
Perfect. Thank you.
My email, my cell phone. So if you have any questions or concerns throughout the week after we talk about this, feel free to reach out to me and I will get back to you super quickly.
Definitely.
First, is it okay if I take some notes?
Yeah, of course.
I'm all about the notes. So before I start, I just want to ask, should anyone else be in this meeting? I don't know if Brock is in town.
So I think for this one, I'm going to sit in, and then if we end up setting up a next meeting, then I'll kind of get him in here, the CFO, and kind of have them listen to it
Okay, wonderful.
too.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're the gal. So I met your son, Brock, at the alumni tailgate. So interesting. He was just talking about getting his MBA at Georgia State and how awesome that is. And then he was talking about PTI and the family business and your position and his position and how well you guys have been doing.
Okay.
And he told me that you guys were looking for a software solution provider, which is why I'm here to talk to you about this. So I'm just so thankful that you are taking the time to meet with me. I know you are so busy, but hopefully I will make this worthwhile. But first, I just wanted to ask, is 20 minutes okay? Like I said, I know you're super busy. I don't want to take too much time.
No, of course not. 20 minutes is perfect.
Okay, wonderful. So first, I'm going to give you an agenda of kind of like a lowdown of how I kind of want this meeting to go.
Okay.
So first, we're going to talk about, I'd like to learn a little bit more about the PTI business. I've done plenty of research talking to Brock, but kind of just know more about you personally and your position in the business. And then I wanted to talk about and identify your needs specifically for you and your employees and PTI as a whole.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I wanted to talk about the benefits, but show you, I have a demo here, what NetSuite has to offer specifically for PTI.
Okay, awesome. That sounds
perfect. From there, we can just talk about some future steps if you're interested.
Yeah, that sounds
great. Does that
great.
sound like a good plan?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, awesome. So I know that PTI has been doing exceptionally well. You guys have been in business for 37 years.
Yeah,
you're covering.
It's a long time.
Yes, it's a long time. You guys are killing it. So I know that you guys currently cover the area of Georgia, Tennessee, and North Carolina.
Yes, correct.
And I know that you guys are looking to expand, which is super exciting.
Yeah, we're very big on expansion right now.
Okay, good. Yeah, hey, make more money.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. So first question I guess I would have for you is why are you guys looking for a software solution provider now and not a few years ago?
So I think now as we're expanding, we're kind of realizing that our system isn't working, and especially right now, Georgia, Tennessee, North Carolina, they're all, fairly close geographically, but like you said, we're expanding. We're looking to go into, Kentucky, break into Florida a little bit, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama,
a lot of area.
Yeah, exactly. So as we're kind of going throughout the Southeast, the systems that we're implementing now just aren't working as well as, starting out in Georgia, how many years ago, you were able to, well, first of all, there weren't any cloud-based solutions.
Exactly.
So you kind of had to make
it's a different world nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. And so, we kind of realized this has been working for thus far. However, with the expansions, we kind of need to look at those technology solutions to make everything a little bit better. And, we've realized although what we have is working good enough right now, it could be better.
Yes.
Because I know, there's 6 to 8 hours worth of time during each week that people are spent, putting all of their reports into computers. And, if we can find a way to minimize that as much as we can and not have them spending almost a day's worth of their time.
Yeah, that's a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot. Think of that over the course of a year. That's a lot of money lost.
That's a lot.
So that's kind of why now we're realizing, hey, there's definitely a better way to do this.
Awesome. Yeah. Can't wait to talk to you about more about that. We
Yeah.
can definitely help you guys out with that. So a little bit more on a personal level.
Yeah.
What would you say is your biggest concern or biggest priority on a day-to-day basis in your position in regards to managing your sales managers?
Yeah, I think right now, you know, our the way that we do things isn't very efficient, and so right now I think I'm just trying to assist them on
Mhm.
you know, how can they do things as efficiently as possible given what they do now. However, I do know that our sales force, you know, they're using anything from some some use more of the technology based things, some just use Excel because that's what they're used to, some use notebooks. So we have a very large range of, you know, where people are at, and so trying to get all of those things into a centralized location, I feel like I probably spend too much time getting everyone, you know,
on the
same
page
and, you know, trying to do that, which, you know, as much fun as that is, I don't, that's
No,
a lot
it's a lot of time.
It's a lot of time that I could be spent doing other
someplace
things
else.
and kind of, you know, maintaining relationships with our current clients and customers, and I feel like that should be a bigger priority, but right now, just how inefficient everything is, I think that too much of my time is spent, you know, helping with the sales force to make sure that they have everything that they need to be successful given their tools that they're given right now. And so that's why I took this meeting with you to see if there's other options.
Definitely. Brock talked to me a lot about that. He told me that right now you guys have 2 different systems and you're working that you have the internal people and the outside people, and it's just different. Like you said, you have people working with paper and then Excel, and you're taking that time, and you could utilize that someplace else and really just increase revenue.
Yeah, exactly.
Adding that time up. So, I mean, I guess you kind of answered this question, but would you say that this system that you guys are currently using is potentially causing the loss of clients or even missed opportunities?
Definitely. I think that, you know, right now we do obviously have a decent amount of clients, and, you know, our growth has still been fairly decent over the past couple of years. I mean, we're at 9% right now. We're expected to drop a little bit, though, in the next couple of years. I think next year's around 8%. The following year's around 7% growth, and so that's where, as I was seeing those projections and seeing the decreases, whenever I realized we shouldn't have a decrease in, you know, estimated revenue and growth whenever, you know, we're expanding.
Exactly.
So it should be completely opposite. And my priority right now is, you know, as we're expanding, I want to, you know, increase revenue, increase growth, increase
efficiency,
all of that. And so that's, you know, my biggest concern right now is how do I ensure that moving forward we're not having those decreases in revenue, because we should not have decreases in revenue as we're expanding.
Exactly. No. So you kind of said before you would calculate it about to be 6 to 8 hours a week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. So that takes a lot of time to kind of determine where PTI stands in the marketplace.
Definitely.
And that's just time that you don't have, especially when you're expanding. I mean, I can't even imagine. You really got to crunch it now before you're expanding.
Yeah, exactly.
So how do you think you could really utilize those hours in your business and as an entire company?
I think, so the 6 to 8 hours, I think that, you know, as far as my salespeople go, them spending so much extra time, you know, plugging in reports to where they need to go, I think those could be opportunities that they could be, you know, reaching out to new potential clients and, you know, doing that, maintaining relationships with current clients, and kind of making sure that all of our current clients are well taken care of, have everything that they need. And so I think that that's where a lot of missed revenue is coming from. And then on my end too, I think the time that I'm putting forward to try to, you know, centralize all of that information can be spent, you know, looking at new clients too, maintaining those relationships, making sure, you know, not only that I feel like I'm spending a lot of time on my salespeople and not as much, you know, making sure that my marketing people are good and my finance people, HR, like all of those people I think are right now getting the brunt of it because I'm not paying as much attention to them because of all the issues with the sales. So that's why I'm hoping, you know, that'll take a little bit off of me to pay attention to my other staff, and then once my salespeople have a better way to obviously put all of that stuff in and get all of their information centralized. And like you said, our inside and outside salespeople are using different systems. So just to be able to get all of them on the same page too would be definitely the most
beneficial
ideal situation.
For sure. Yeah, so after you answering those questions, I've kind of gathered that your huge goal is making your sales managers, the most efficient that they can be.
Yeah.
And not spending that extra time, 6 to 8 hours a week, going back in, plugging it in.
Yeah.
And clearly, I don't think this two-system process is working for you guys. And especially with the expansion, it's pretty unorganized. I mean, you've got limited information access.
Yes.
Sales reports are unorganized. It's just a lot of inefficiency.
Yes.
Like we said, you're planning on expanding, so you definitely have some room
Yeah.
to improve. So before I kind of give you a lowdown on what the benefits are for NetSuite that they can give to PTI, I kind of want to just talk about my experience.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
I've been with NetSuite for 3 years.
Okay.
And the past 2 years, I finished at the top 10%.
Oh, awesome.
And I'm working currently with about 62 clients.
Okay.
So I definitely do have some experience, even though I'm pretty young. And several of them are actually in the upper 200 million range of annual sales revenue.
Okay, wow.
So we're dealing with some big numbers. So I really just wanted to share my experience that I've had with similar clients and kind of see if they're similar to PTI's situation.
Yeah.
So would you say that the variance in the data between internal and external reports have affected your clients? I mean, I think you touched on this earlier, but just wanted you to expand a little bit more on that.
I think so for sure. I think, given how unorganized our system is right now, we're forgetting to follow up with clients, or we're following up with them 2 or 3 times, and we just are really lacking the organization of who should we be talking to each day, and kind of having a plan each day of going out and being like, okay, I need to contact all of these people. And I think, our lacking of following up with certain people and overlooking some companies is really hurting our business. 'Cause,
yeah, definitely.
those people are probably potential customers that if we aren't following up with them, we're going to lose that business very fast.
Yes, maybe that's an explanation for the decrease.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you could give me an estimate of what you think the loss in terms of revenue is, like what would you say percentage-wise?
Oh, I don't even... It's probably pretty high, honestly, because, like you said, 6 to 8 hours a week, and then, put that over a year's time and what all of those hours could be spent doing, elsewhere and being more productive.
Would you say like 10%, 15%?
Yeah, that's probably being very nice, but we can estimate it at that. Yeah.
Okay. Well, awesome. So you think that having one centralized system that could track all different sales, and it would really increase communication would be beneficial for PTI?
Most definitely.
Okay. So would you be interested in learning more about NetSuite?
Yes.
Putting your hands on it?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, awesome. I'm going to scoot next to you so you can get a feel for it.
All right.
So, and I want you to touch the whole thing. You're going to be the one working with it. So,
yeah, definitely.
As you can see, this is the home page. So I kind of wanted to talk more. I mean, you can see all the features.
Yeah, definitely.
But we really want to talk about the benefits specifically for PTI.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so you can see all different employees. And you can access this by your tablet, computer, phone. It's all in an iCloud.
Okay, gotcha.
So I know people are, prefer computers, laptops. It's all the same.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And yeah, if you just want to go ahead, play around with it, there's a bunch of different features you can see. But I think kind of what we touched on earlier was that you can see who is putting in what information. It's all the same.
I think that's the thing that I like the most is you can see by salesperson kind of, what they've been doing. Because right now, with them only recording things on paper or, whatever, they could be out gallivanting around and we don't necessarily know. I mean, even if they are hitting their numbers, are they being as efficient as they can?
Exactly.
So kind of you know, the fact that we can go in and look and is this something that you can access? Because you said you can access it on any device. So is this something that they can go in after their meeting and whatnot?
Real time.
Okay.
And we actually do a training for you guys.
Okay,
so
awesome.
For a week, we're really going in, teaching you guys the ropes. I know when you think about it, a week is kind of a lot, but like we talked about earlier, you're really losing a day every week plugging in this information.
Yeah,
so
it'd be time well spent for sure.
Exactly. And I know people are kind of hesitant about learning this new system, but when you go in and you actually explain to them how much time they're losing and how much money that they really could be doing once they implement this feature, I think that will really connect with your salespeople. And then going on to your different expansion areas, we can talk about that later on.
Okay, awesome.
So what are your initial thoughts on NetSuite? What are you thinking?
So I really like it. I know as far as my technology use, I'm not very much familiar with CRM packages and whatnot, and so just seeing how easy this is to use, and I think that it'll be easy to implement with all of my salespeople.
And it's one centralized system.
Everyone can access it.
Everyone.
So I guess my question is kind of, how can we implement it? Like, what is the process in doing that? And then how much is this going to cost ultimately?
Yes, it's always the question. Yes. Like I said before, we can do a training system for you guys. We can talk about, getting a start on it next month. We want this to be super quick and efficient. Go ahead, get a good start on it. And like I said, we'd be doing the training system, and the pricing is customized. So it's really what you guys want out of it. So it's about $129 per person. I know that you have about 26 clients. And so it would be about $129 per person, and then a total of $3,870 a month. But when you really calculate that increase in revenue, like you talked about, we said 10 to 15% a year, you're really getting that back. And we can do a 1-year contract. You can see, analyze how it's worked for you guys and go from there and see if we would like to do more time. But really, I think NetSuite, after talking to you and learning about your issues and like how similar you are to other companies that I've worked with, I mean, this can change as your business changes. So this is really incredible. It's customizable for every business. Learning more about PTI, we can figure out what you specifically want to be customized and change it accordingly. It's easy to use. We always joke about how our CEO, his mom can use it. So, and it really connects the financials with the customers and the commerce. As you're really having this open communication, and you're not wasting time on this discommunication.
So on this, because if we were to move forward, obviously it would just be for the territories that we have now. So as we expand, is it still something that, we can go into all the other offices, have them go through the trainings, and then still implement them into the same system?
Yes, it will all be on one.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can try it out for your current areas right now, and then when you're expanding, if this is something obviously that you'll want to implement, we can all get it all in the same system. Everyone can see it. It wouldn't be two separate. We're not trying to do that to you guys. We will not
We've
do
already
this.
tried that. It's not the most efficient use of time.
But so I have a contract here, no pressure. I'm sure you're going to have to talk to other people about it, but I just wanted you to kind of take a look at it. And if you want to talk to more people, I would love to grab lunch with you next week.
I was about to say, if you would be able to call maybe sometime later today or tomorrow and coordinate. I would really love for my son to be here, since he's VP of sales. Yes, I would like him to kind of see and be able to go through the demo and see what he thinks, and then have our CFO too, just so that he can kind of check out the pricing, what's in our budget, and see if, this is the best use of our time and money and whatnot. But I would really love for those two to also be involved in this process. So if we can set up something for a little bit later and coordinate schedules, that would be awesome.
I will talk to your assistant outside.
Awesome.
And if I don't hear from you, I will reach out to you again.
All right, that sounds great.
Thank you so much for all of this. I'm so glad that I finally got to have this meeting with you.
Yeah, I'm so glad that we were able to schedule this. Thank you.
Yes, I'll see you next week for lunch.
Sounds good.